5K down, brother. You make good money. You only have 5,000 to put down?
So over $100,000 in depreciation in not quite 5 years.
$50,000 in debt for OF.
All right, we've got $5,000 a month in lease payments, and now he wants a Lamborghini. Also, $100,000 loss to Tesla depreciation and $50,000 of OF debt. If you're new, I'm Mike, and here we talk about money, cars, avoiding debt, and keeping more of your paycheck. If that sounds good, hit that like and subscribe button and drop a comment.
Hello?
Hey, this is Yusuf, the car dealer.
Hey, Yusuf, brother, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm calling about that Mercedes and the BMW M8.
M850.
M850, okay, M850i. Tell me what you got.
So I have these two cars, right? I'm paying 5,000 a month, Yusuf. I'm tired of paying 5,000, right? I think I can get something much better than 5,000. I know I'm overpaying. The stupidity that I did, I actually found a local blower because I needed a car at that time. I was not being smart with my decision. So I bought, I leased a car locally in California. That's the worst mistake I did, to be honest. I want to get rid of both of these cars, right? My BMW lease is ending next year in March. My BMW lease ends in July next year. Both cars in one deal is not going to work. I can hold the BMW.
This guy needed both, a BMW and a Mercedes, and now he's regretting it. $5,000 a month is more than a lot of people make. I could live comfortably on that and still save money.
But then again, I'm going to get to $5,000 payment, right? So I was thinking to just get rid of both cars and just get into one car.
What kind of car do you want to get into?
To be honest with you, I was looking G63, but the numbers in California are completely off. And how the market is tariff, I can't think about getting a new car. So I have to go for the used car. G63, G-Wagon, or probably Urus. In the payment between 3,000 to 3,500. To be honest, 3,000, not 3,500. So what can I get into to be in 3,000 a month?
All right, so if you want to get 3,000 a month and you're looking for my advice, I guess we got to start with how much do you make a month? Your income.
See, I'm a contractor consultant, right? So it's a little bit different. So I would say like close to 15 to 20,000 a month.
And then what's your credit score right now?
822. FICO, I checked on Experian.
Beautiful. And how much money do you have down to kind of, because right now you have a little bit of negative equity on both cars. And they are leases. There's a lease termination fee you may have to pay, or you have to pay the remainder of the lease payment. How much do you have money down right now to get into a new car?
And I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. The max I can put is probably like 5K down. I can't do more than that.
5K down, brother. You make good money. You only have 5,000 to put down?
Amazing income, great credit, but he's broke because he's spending it faster than it comes in. 1/3 of his income goes just towards car payments. That means 4 months a year he's working just to pay for those cars.
And the problem is I bought a house from the family.
$5,000 down, you won't be able to get both out of both of these cars. You have great credit. And so the 2022 Mercedes S-Class right now, it's worth about $79,000 to $81,000. If you owe $86,000, that means you're about $5,000 to $6,000 underneath on that one, right? For the BMW M850i, how many miles are on that one? Okay, so on the Carfax is pulling up 14,000. So this one's worth $65,000 and you owe $76,000. So you're $11,000 underneath on that one. You're right around $20,000, give or take a couple thousand underneath on the vehicles. And what you could do is you could take the $5,000 down payment and I'll buy the Mercedes S580 off of you, where you just have one payment. As far as a G-Wagon and all that, you're not going to get into a G-Wagon with only $5,000 down until you have more money to put down on a Lamborghini Urus or a G63 G-Wagon.
So BMW and just focus on getting rid of the Mercedes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I would do.
How much I have to pay out of pocket?
You would pay the $5,900 out of pocket.
Okay. And how this going to work? Are you going to pay directly to Mercedes?
Yeah. So
and then I have to pay them?
Yep.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, brother. Wa alaikum assalam.
The thought should be, these cars are way too expensive, I need something cheap. Instead, it's let's get a Lamborghini. If you can only scrape together $5,000, you probably shouldn't be driving a G-Wagon or a Lamborghini. He could have bought something outright and saved himself $60,000 a year.
Most people think that if you have negative equity, like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, that you're stuck. But that's not always true. I met a guy today on the lot that was $18,000 upside down. He was frustrated and thinking that there was no way out. So we went to work. We ran the numbers, found a truck that he loved. Not only did we get him approved with $18,000 in negative equity, we lowered his payment. And he ended up walking away with a beautiful truck and a win. It's not always about what you owe. It's about working with someone who knows how to structure a deal. If you're buried in your trade, don't assume you're stuck. There are options. Or if you're a salesperson and a customer tells you they got a bunch of negative equity, don't check out. Work the deal. The next time that you run into a customer that's got a bunch of negative equity or tells you something like that, just remember, it is possible. Work the deal.
I love how it's called a win when somebody $18,000 under bought a new truck. Moving your debt into a new payment is not a win. It's a trap. The old vehicle leaves, but the debt stays.
This is the most depreciating car I have ever owned. This Model S Plaid, white on white, full self-driving with the 21-inch arachnid wheels, had every upgrade on it you could get. And it was one of the very first Plaids, at least around here in Utah. I know everybody says that, but it's true. So I paid top dollar for it. You may recognize it because it used to be pink. We peeled the pink off. We're gonna do something really cool with it. It's gonna be kind of a matte green with gold metallic EV auto riding. So it's gonna be really cool. It looks like crap right now. But this car, we paid $151,000 for this car. And I think this car right now, because it's got really high miles, it's probably worth like $50,000 or $45,000 or something like that. So over $100,000 in depreciation in not quite 5 years.
That's $100,000 down the drain. This isn't just about Teslas or EVs. This is about massive depreciation. People overpay, overborrow, and throw away massive amounts of money.
That's $25,000 a year that it depreciated, or $2,000 a month. So here's the deal though. We're gonna drive it until the wheels fall off of it, until it won't drive anymore. So people that are in that boat, you got two choices. One, you can do what we're gonna do. You can drive it forever. Two, your car will never be worth more than it is today. If you're gonna bite that bullet now, get rid of that sucker. And honestly, anybody that's still buying new EVs, you're gonna get hammered, man. And I know I'm biased because I sell used, but that's the way to go. Buying used EVs, you get to benefit from that. So like the Porsche that I did a video on and others, the original owner, they took the hit on all that depreciation. You get to benefit from that and own a Model S Plaid, not this one, but something like it, and save $100,000.
I don't know much about EV reliability long term, but I do like that he plans to drive it forever. That's the best move for most of us. My car payment used to be about $300 a month, and now it's $0. And that's $300 that stays in my bank account.
At the end of 2025, me a year from now, I do not want to have as much debt as I do right now. Ideally, I would love to have it all paid off by the end of next year, but once I tell you the amount, I don't know if that is realistic. So, I have $24,446.36 in credit card debt. I'm getting like an ice pick headache right now because just thinking about it is so stressful. That's not even considering my student loan debt. That is just my consumer debt. That is debt that I have accumulated from poor spending habits, impulse spending, from giving into mimetic desire, giving into FOMO, giving into the trends and everything that everybody else has that I want.
There are quite a few things I'd like to buy. I can afford, I can pay for cash, but I don't. Because I know myself. They're going to sit here unused, and about a year later, I'm going to sell them on Marketplace. I'm not saying don't buy anything. I'm just saying why I'm not spending.
And I'm 30 years old. And I have no money. I'm broke. And I shouldn't be. Make just under $73,000 a year. And that's a good salary. So this is just me putting it out into the universe that I have all of this debt. I used TikTok a lot this year to hold myself accountable to the goals that I have for my health and my wellness. But I've been so hesitant to talk about my financial health because I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. This is my reality. No amount of running away and no amount of ignoring it is going to make it disappear.
$73,000 a year is a great income, but she's broke. Overspending, following trends, and buying what others have. Now she's in the same spot as everyone else, in debt and regretting it.
$50,000 in debt. $50,000 in debt for OF. This is a husband who is $50,000 in debt for OF. Private messages and apparently pictures. I'm starting to believe like some people really need help. Like there's addictions to a lot of things, and I think this one is getting out of hand. Because to be married, have kids, and to secretly run a credit card up $50,000 to receive private messages and pictures.
I did this clip early on when I started the channel, but those early videos didn't get many views. Most probably haven't seen it. It's a reaction to a Dave Ramsey call. This guy spent $50,000 in 3 months for pictures and private messages, behind his wife's back. That's over $500 a day for nothing. I've seen the same thing with guys on Twitch. Spending all this money for attention.
from your favorite OF creator is a little insane. How are you gonna break that to your wife? That's grounds for divorce. At that point, you're cheating. You're financially cheating. You're funding a whole different life. And I hope they know you're most likely not messaging the creator, bro. At that point, you're messaging somebody completely different. Probably an employee, probably Tom, Bob, Michael is reading these messages.
Not this, Michael.
$50,000 in debt because of OF.
I just hope he's got an understanding wife, because that's going to be a rough one. The debt is bad enough, but what he spent it on, that's another problem. Debt, regret, and possibly divorce. That's a lot to pay for. I'm going to end the video here and ask you to hit that like and subscribe button. Drop a comment below. We'll see you in the next one.